form against I shall prosper. The wicked and his work shall go down in disaster. Death before dishonor, no weapon form against I shall prosper. I'm anointed and appointed to walk as a winner. This is your still King Malachi from out of Jamaica, representing for Guyana News TV, the web TV for the best programs. We broadcast via satellite and also on all social media platforms. We do developmental news, social program, employment, entertainment, and educative politics. So death before dishonor, no weapon form against I shall prosper. We are anointed and appointed to walk as a winner. Whoa.
Everybody, I want to hear you. Let's go. Come on. One more time. Come on. I like it from Akka on guitar. hear that. Let's go. Come on. Oh, let's zoom. I want to hear the man. Oh, let's zoom. Hermano. Hermano. Oh, let's zoom. Oh, let's zoom.
Yo, yamamu aju emamu akwaba edeba NOKWARE MMRE jumidie so. Edi jumidie ebremu ya wadi bia nsia kopeno woche enumere bia. Ni amedi chame ewo jumidie so midin ede Antonia Jifa Ifa. Ubetini ahye wo Facebook, Instagram and YouTube ewo Today Ghana News TV. Ahye so amowo Eastern European countries. Monsan ebetini maka ye wo Twitch satellite so and as mbetimi tie o Anchor FM and as your podcast so Today Ghana News TV. O baso no na wo share link na wo comment ama afufo so enye bi ahye. Jumedi omo maso ya say eye Inner Word of God Construction Company. So wo pe adansi hu nyame bia obetimi afre omo na omo aba beboa ama bibia ewie pepepe. Enumere omo ameni omo eba be chichi nkomo ewa ha eye Nana Benyin Enifo oye chairman for Leipzig Germany branch NPP or sign eye aspiring organizer NPP chairman NPP Germany chapter Nana Benyin akwaba
ye nua Jifa na pomo e
nyame adom nso e
nyame adom ode nkwa ache nti ye beda otwedi ampose
nyame adom
abeto ye yo medas
nyame adom. So NDC for catches so ya menu say ya ka NDC communicators ye nipa be tentiwa o kan ho bi pa o yes sound activist ora ya menu akwaba and that's only the first time I would be joining you. Hello Pacho yen so won can so with me adjust so mic and my kakar. I say ne ya menu connection no and shut down for nti ye be hu djuma na ya connecting the back ye be call akwakoje boafo nkrato ba say ye be kono yo breaking news bi ye say Captain Smart oye host wo Onia TV Onia FM morning show for Sisia order police for akache say wakwa ka nsem bi a ye say etia oman no asumdie nti Captain Smart ewo police station somewhere ye Katenima Divisional Police Command ena amaye information ni say Captain Smart etia o police for akache ye beje wa phone card so na yaba betua jumidi so
yo abusiafo mo somfo na afia ko bisa wan peme na meka sei mesimu nyimo sum na montamaso na montie makopi Inner Word of God Building Construction Company so anio Inner Word of God Building Construction Company so she yesinyame adwuma na she na wo de akoso minua ebadan sie mu dia sumuda ne yabama e na opese yenyema building works Upo bi obeye carpentry amount, POP, metal works, tiling, electricals, aluminium, fabrication, anal plumbing, bra, ni yabesum we said you wisi penwo, said you wisi pen bia, yabeya amount, yatiti yankofo ni wenya misrum, omunchi windio, no munya obasabasanso, and now open yama ubetumi dia siwudan, tisa building blocks, stones, sand, quarry dust, pavement blocks, and also wood, branian somo ewo nyamesuro eni nyamesum she enkoma menuanom amowa amanone so betna wo maye adwuma na odiska be mane abusuafo si enye japade ma na wo beba na wanya ne se de wo sipeno aya na eya bebre itina me se fa ho bebo eye inner word of God building construction company so ayeti free inner word of God ministry international asori a abayemre me beboa ye ne yabotne ne brem minua ne kire se enye na da bi ne yedenam eyi nyamisurom ene nyamisuro kwanso ene yede ba abesomwo obetume hu ye wa akra anase asharebochi anase frɛ number we 0242 515735 0242 515735 anase 0203 755 066 0203 755 066 Freye niya mesomo ewo no kware mu medawase
Yo, yes, I'm Wakwaba Edima Chimedi so. Alright, menu. Pacho wakes me up connecting.
Hello, Jifa.
Yes, Akwaba.
Major so many.
You, and that's why your first time media. Then I all catch you free NDC for catch. More message be my and I said then they'll cost more.
Yebeka sir, NDC Amanyukuno. Edwuma I was a marche baby 4 year no. Omubuso amode tutu ose ne be ya. Oha ne abebre se. Usu Ghana fokum. Ene budget anano. Ya. Address Ghana for issue any more how na I was omo yen tutu ya ebeboa ama the Ghana for kom no yen fa bi meka na the yen so ye betumi aboa see ebeboa hiafo any Ghana for akwa ye hiem ye betumi aye yafa nti ate say donkuma no any NDC asamanyoko no ye yafa ye betumi ade aboa man.
You that's it. But all Casano watching earpiece na ben one kakrana yetimi atini o kani.
Okay.
Yebeko so ashen topic I discussing. You see, I share the state of the 2022 budget. And na Niama ACC ewo parliament. Budget yi Friday, ye budget no, ye disapprove. Ye ko weekend either sorry Tuesday. Afe ye se budget no, ye approve. Then na ye koso ewo parliament. Then na NDC for makachi mwate inti amu disapprove budget. And I say mutimi work it out of mutimi boycott parliament at that moment anka budget discussion eba be koso. Uraya menu kwacho.
Hello, Jifa.
Yes, kwacho temenka.
I said they make me tell.
Me say yeah 2022 budget. Yeah say yeah Friday. Yeah disapprove budget. Yeah koda sorry by Tuesday. Yeah say approve budget. I say they say a parliament no akwa koye double track. We mo bend we mo echna we mo mba. Inti budget no say see and the states fine wo no. And anything.
Jifa, and Yama be say no, and Sasa money young one. The tea say young one is ye more kind before I ne or that Ghana or mine or you be a pretty sir or no dear. Say your farmer to the or some radano. Mono, no be a or pay any massa. Now, I just say it to me. Kukui penny a hunting. Your day a teacher crying ye no. And nona or bepe say a bribia or the bayan a dish. And nona a dear drew to Pepenswa, Yaba bedri. yɛn nyinaa yɛnim sɛ budget a naano ɔmo kɔka yɛn no dɔm kuma no atwe ɛyɛ
Hello, Ryan Menu.
hello
Pacho
Jifa
so betimi akasa den ama yen kakra. Wone no wo fom pa.
hello Jifa Timinka.
Mete won ka. Sisi ade ye.
Okay, medase. Deɛ na meka akosi ne sɛ yɛn nyinaa yɛnim baabi a yɛwɔ mu. Mɔmampanyin a sɛ odi ɔman n'anim. Sɛ bio na yɛnim sɛ nka ɔyɛ mmerɛnim ni deɛ. Nka ɔbɛhwɛ sɛ mmara ɛne tenene ɛbɛda baabi a ɛwɔ sɛ ɛda. But ayɛ te sɛ yɛnya no.
Hello.
Hello Jifa.
Pacho so betimi atwe mic no aben wa no say amai. Asa o kasa ya edu bebi ana ene no kɔfom nti. Edu bebi a yɛnte ne papa.
Ɛne mami nsan nyina yie na me join ye.
Okay. And the Oriya Menu age na ye na ye Nana Benin ena eba betwaso. Nana Benin Pacho wo.
Chifa, no hapa.
Yes. You misama wakwaba.
Yo, yeah.
Na MPP for kachi Pacho den na ekoso. Budget yɛte yɛ na yɛ disapprove you. After Tuesday, you say approve budget. Deɛ mpɔtee na ɛkɔ so. Budget in the state ne den sisi.
Jifa, they didn't kai. Mesada was say when producer we invite me about FDA so. They toss biom na se kese ekoma ya mapen na nado dan kufuado. All pre. Ede Ghana esi baby pa. Ede ama Ghana fo na the toss biom so ebekwa ama na de echi ne na pamfo ne omobu man ministers, CEOs, various appointees, even MPs nankasa no nchi akese de come on. MPP Germany for so the chairman Reverend Alex Champo say or the nchi akese e de mo bibia. Jifa we bisa na den na ekoso e wo parliament. Friday ye da sorry ye ne nim say Minister for Finance your friend Ken Oforiata or the budget. Ajemka budget emu hem. Budget wa nkasa no te emu nsem ho say yes, there's a future for the youth, a future for Ghana. The koto parliament NDC for say omonti bida. Nti no it was somewhere there omo keke budget na out. I was say for ni ahwefo eti bibia so say answer budget no kwakodu parliament no na majority ne minority side ne ahyia abobo ho we answer eba no impanyifo na eda minority ne majority no ayede atena so ahyia omo aka say baabi wo mu a omo yimfim baabi wo mu omo fanka ho omo nyese ensem wa NDC forecast omo pe anase minority ne so omo pe no aban anase minister no ejitu mu a majority so fo aso na ye the document yi be do ha na no there for the same mo ankasa mo suggest changes na mo say mo ye den mo keke against budget no I mean obi odoman no adempa no be Ghana say adem ye the document nkrata beba parliament mo ankasa mo suggest changes then they say ye mpen nkrata no ye mpen nsem ewu nti akwa say nsem a wa ka say ye nsesan function che say wa weni nje ho ana Jifa ekwan a NDC for anase minority ne fa so ede kiki against budget no so cry another problem altogether. I don't make us ya initia say ye constitution emra ye dibu ye man no ye constitution nim no article 102 eka say quorum ye the business of parliament ye ka quorum and no che say parliamentarians no mahebedwafo no omododo no a ombetumi atoa so aye bibi It also bet me a business our floor of parliament, no, and they also me 1/3. Then the young fan say or hanchemu I mean 33.33%. And I say so far ekutu baako a uchemu miensa aha emu baako no and alpha parliament at 275 no say uchemu miensa na no baako etumi ye de etumi hia na no de omo bobo parliament business and I say sem ho parliament na say parliament ne pese o take decision o pese o take decision e fa mene wo mienu ana say ye nuanom anase ye nananom a omowo Ghana no de a na no de e wo say parliament no e fa eba. Now number of people I was so to me business no ye ka 1/3 na 1/3 no speaker no enka ho na no de 1/3 ye ka quorum I was so to me take decision no a and only a half of what parliamentarians present in the house as at the time ye be bisa sa question na ye be take a whole decision no also much me half na video bi wo ho speaker nankasa e bisa say medinchia kese ma Yaya Koku me senior brother
so want to me na training but for on training wa kan yense
me nyanka no na be training me da Yaya Koku ase na ade a won say speaker no kasa no osuma say yenye de yen kan omomo parliament nim as a time oba be pose question no ono ankasa bi enenum to eka some yes saying 137 Jifa o find the half of 275 MPs are half yes saying 137.5. I mean nipa half 0.5 no so the end the nipa and then there around the 9 and there 138 into 138 no cry a bro half no eti HSS how 137 and no more parliament hono na omundu sa quorum and say half or some year day omu take decision emma o my money na enu echi kra no speaker ono ankasa aka ebie nenum to aka say parliament no omo ye 137 or sound so call so ekobisa question no na we what be that ade endu half speaker we di what's not parliament I mean ye marche bedwafie no since 1992 aya to aba 93 omo buy be si ne watine mu saa na I mean such simple calculation say boapa yo so dia ye ntumi nche
na benyi na say MPs no mo ba parliament we yes no omo ni parliament omo buy ba bi no mo pia na no encounter
ba de omo buy no kre e na oka no na ba omo buy no e na speaker nankasa epamo finance minister Ken Oforiata se o mpie no mo ndi omodwuma na Jifa se mosi nipa ni mpie nipa no onto aba minister no onto aba obehwe bi and I mean omo was sa to me ni so mutumi betina parliament ehwe de ekoso omo mbeto aba ma ehwe wapamo no so onko fine na no de NDC General Secretary Justin Asiri Kitia not at ho still no or hwe de ekoso
o shebe bia na general mosquito etina no public gallery
no na finance minister
at a floor of parliament
no yes finance minister on the krata ne ba parliament meboa and who
but also again the same thing say general mosquito at a public gallery
na emra ben na speaker ni gina so de pamo finance minister ni fi parliament emra ben
I don't know if let's say maybe voice a band of voice counter also be
Jifa
he was just trying
yeah the feeling in your man the end say naka by this time John Mahama a 2-term president you fa feeling in your man what you say yes inti no enye de ofili ye de mra ena ye djuma Ken Oforiata wo mashibedwa ho no we bu mra so Obumbra ade no umpi. Now, almost say majority na say yentiasie ye pie ye ne nua na ye ko. Se want na de ye so ye de ye pie ye nua ye ko. Na jifa as at the time ubisa question no so you no munia wo ho. As at the time omubisa sa question no na omo yesen ene ye didi juma. Eno nti na speaker no e frɛ say yen kan obi answer we bisa sa question no. It is a okofa the fact say no more answer mobile sorry I mean we don't work with it that way. For the quorum for the business no more yes. No more your business. It do critical question decision to be taken, they were not there. It won't mean cast no more order that. What you say? It is the
support to say budgets are more disapproving and unconstitutional.
Of course, they are unconstitutional. Now, Speaker Nankasa ni Mukra say unconstitutional. 22nd December, around 3:20. 22nd December 2015, 3:20. Ono Nankasa be in enum to. Speaker Doaja who said half of sa 275 no 138. Ono Nankasa be in enum eka Doaja ho. Enti ede na aba. Sisi a ono ni position akosesa ono ne te speaker akondwe mu ninti na sisi a no ni refi all of a sudden ni refi nsem ono aka ekan ni refi ni mathematics math oye ni ni refi na jifa bibi eya sefem sem kakra enu ye as ade esi ene se owie ya ne obu ni ketempoa eko Dubai se oni ne sister
yes no yare o ka ayare
se oyare o onyare o ye de sa yare we de ano odine obi a one kasa wo say we the number 2 person in the country. What you say? Obi a wo say we the number 2 person in the country no. Wo to me I the ayare by force say wo kwa akosa ho yare o Dubai. Jifa sa se me de okote we he. Sa se me ye kote we he fa. One ne sister eja they be almost say family and friends. Yeah, you who names yeah, a course. Yeah, you who names in Kofor the Omokoye. Then the Obuni Kete Dubai straight. Na Dubai Hono. Meaning say na o follow your ma air coso. Inti adio ye ne say. Then no o yini phone on trotro no me. But some kind ne say MPs are never parliament time and no pose question and near 138. Na baako MPP ni baako bi tete tire ho do no ho bed. I mean, say what
MPP ni baako no.
Na jifa why they also hwehwe no wo a o ka asem no when you have the burden of proof to prove say nipa baako bi tete tire ho no MPP ni. Say what ka hwe hwan wo suma say yen kan ema ye kan ye 137 enne oba be catch say 138 na baako tete ho. I mean, we are not kids in this country. Jifa yen koda what you say me no ya koku krankasa etiase speaker no theatrics comedy be na o show. No, but this is serious business. Governance is a serious business. When yen be diago yen fa Ghana to chacha. So President John Mahama 110 president obedi no on same bedi bi nka ho a enye parliament na ye bedi sa agro no wo enti ye dey yes ye twan Tuesday na mencha dey Tuesday so by na parliament ye dey esantina ye sina me kan ne mra ne say parliamentarians e was some wo mashibedwa ho no e was some ye more than half 138 buy no so no na 138 pepe and the the buy NDC for some months na almost so the
but 138 na buy no sana ba ku precise
exactly and I make an emrane say and make kind of make trail difference ni mu no quorum ne de e was say 1/3 besides
5 minutes more
yo medase quorum ne de ya was say 1/3 besides speaker and I say the bakuno all presiding no what you say but decision no then at least half of omo mashibedwa for omo wo mashibedwa as at the time I pose the question no. As at the time, what you say? As at the time I pose this question no. Inti time I posing the number 138. So no problem, no error committed, no mistake committed. What you say? Now, Jifa, sa 138, you know, Bako act as speaker. That doesn't a non-tracer or MP. He doesn't lose the status as a parliamentarian or kotna sa speaker seat in this one on losing the status or good.
On losing the status, but OSHA Parliament Handbook anymore. Yes, a deputy speaker or any other member presiding shall not retain his original vote while presiding.
Thank you.
What's say?
Jifa, exactly. What's the original vote? Member ho na me kan e de aba. Or no for me only quorum to decide. Or
quorum
for me
to decide.
Quorum to decide. Now, in decision no, otuma omo moti ho no say why more energy budget netum. Ena 137 ena si omo jitum. Why more engine tum will be 0. Or no as acting an deputy speaker one twaba. So yes, he lost his power to vote. Then he didn't vote.
And so, said votes, no 137 people na able to.
Yes, 137 voted, yes, 4. But the quorum, no, forming quorum say to me, a take it decision 138. This is very clear in the constitution. What you say? Person more testing law, no, they should take it to the Supreme Court. For Jifa, as it stands now, the budget has been passed. That is the state of the budget, and yet that minority for us say, you know, now Jifa, just think about something. Imagine saying like NDC 137 net ho, and MPP 137 ne ho, and ye to ya, and almost so much ya 137, then they just say budget na ye then ye trim because obo draw so ye trim. It's a chess NDC 4 and they di omo bro. No more use omo obiana.
Omo susu ye say omo back there speaker because so you see voice count. Voice count also there.
Anytime they say governance is a serious business. And your feeling, and your susuna yede babe yejuma. So when you're serious, pack out. Not serious people should come and work. Oh, see, we need serious people in the House of Parliament. We don't need 137 unserious people. I mean, that's huge. If the whole Parliament, 130 MPs or 137 in your serious, that's huge. What you say? And it's a big problem. In essence, no Jifa, Opache say, Ghana, your problems, then NDC, half of parliamentarians, your entire problems. I mean, that means that we need to vote new people in. Yan too much for more serious. We need people who will deliberate. Mostly, ye Japan film. Yes, okay. Ye revises our money niya. Mostly see defense contingency. Ye shemu say ye be then ye be see phase 2 or blekusu see defense no. E-levy mo propose ye. The more kind ye jitu mo na mo buyer mo sanso betu tia ye dia. No, I mean you are not serious. Mo pe Ghana ye. Jifa me manu be see ha me da se.
You nana benyi yes so ye be da se. Samre ye be ko akwa akofa Uraya Omenu. Hello, Uraya Omenu, Pacho Menka. Hello, Pacho Yanton Kaun. Hello, Uraya Omenu. Uraya Omenu, hello. Oh, MSN na humano egusu ha driniti. Hello. Ya beje bwa konkrato na Uraya Omenu etimidi esi na humano na ya babeto adwumidi nso.
Yo abusiafo ere mo somfo na afia ko bi se wan peme na me kase mesi munyimo sum na montamaso na montie makopie inner word of God building construction company so annual inner word of God building construction company so she yesinyame adwuma na she na wo de akoso minua ebadan sie mu dia sumuda ne ya bama e dia na opese yenyema building works uprobi obeye carpentry amount POP metal works tiling electricals aluminium fabrication anal plumbing bra ni yabesum we said we sipen wo said we sipen bia yabeya amount yatete yankrofo ni wanyamisurum omunchi wundio na omunya obasabasa so ana open yama obetumi de asiwudan to set building blocks stones sand quarry dust pavement blocks anase wood branian somo ewo nyamesuro eni nyamesummu she enkoma menuanum amwo amanone se obetna wo maye adwuma na odiskabe mane abusuafo si enye japade ma na obeba na wanya ne se de wosipen wo aya na eya bebre itina me se fa ho bebo eye inner word of God building construction company so ayeti free inner word of God ministry international asori a abaye mre me beboa ye ne yabotne ne brem minua ne kire se enye na da bi ne yedinam eyi nyamisurom ene nyamisuro kwanso ene yede ba abesomwo obetumenwu ye wa akra anase asharebochi anase frɛ number we 0242 515735 0242 515735 anase 0203 755 066 0203 755 066 Freye niya mesomo ewo no kware mu medawase
yo mesamamo akwa babiem yebekọ uraya umenu hona ono so de na dwentre atoho amanye hello uraya umenu pachoti yenka hello pacho betimi you earpiece na ahese no mu mbebo a cause yente ne wo ka biawa hello uraya umenu pacho so betimi disconnect to earpiece na my muma ne o ka bia yente hello hello pachoti yenka so uraya umenu ahomano mano challenges kakra say producers betimi aboyan with the connection maybe say it me connect to right or menu to the end na nana ben pacha ho
Jifa,
yes
medase. I mean, pity say minua ya menu own to me enye den. Own to me and connect no so be I mean the shameful act omomra shebedwafo no edi last Friday and even on Tuesday. It's a very, very disgraceful. I mean, for such a democracy, Ghana's democracy, yeah, can you hear kebi mamin kebi NDC for more kakra na mube lusu kra de mo de monka. But I say
yeah nana ben o ka say no ye shameful act no yeah MPs omo walking out of parliament and no enye shameful na
Jifa, we be sasa. We should always have, your friend is saying, very tangible and cogent reasons for whatever we do. What else? Bibi a pese ye bi ana wasi to minya in a swa a sombo bi. Jifa, and I made it make chair or no say NDC for issue. Almost stay yet to a bar, nanka budget almost say almond pen or naki trim. Almost stay yet etchen ya, Emma yet to a bar, nanka budget ye trim. Almost call na majority to me susunyani way, meboa. That's it. So if they really cared, nanka Ghana who he omwa, nanka almost sorry uncle. Eche kra metete say amanfo bi sie jama NDC foi yetu omoka say omo yetu omoka say omo nye dey omo sorry nko na I mean all these things are even shameful to even hear about. What you say Jifa and I make her say it's a pity say mimi ya omenu to me and join na we be yomo ano. I believe say he will find it very very hard defending them. I mean some of their actions na ya na on sheda ntiase but ye be koyeni Inti no nsɛm a ɛwɔ mu no yɛse yɛde ya packaging nyoma ɛde abrɛ Ghanafoɔ mo se mo mpɛ bi fine yɛnyi bi mfin fine yɛyɛ fin ɛno nti na yɛka sɛ saa particular parliament ade ehia ne yɛdan consensus building si yɛka sɛ yɛbɛ play political football na the NPP say NDC say and I mean Ghana never suffer eche no ɔmbɛkɔ akɔgye ɔmo sitting allowance ɛdi free. Then the Ghana.
But nyama ewo budget yi mu ushe bi se levy ya. Usha ebeboa.
Thank you. Medawase se wakotwe levy asem aba. Obi be say levy no eno ne de. Levy just to put it a tour. Okay. A buy ne pesa or the to mobile money payment, bank transfer, merchant payments, is which na there no. And inward remittances, Sikebia Bemuno, or more charged by what 1.75%. Jifa, I am now, I will say, Bisaya who say a tour no, and now say taxes or levies. What do they use them for? Then yeah, a tour no need to me boa a teacher minor. A tour, levies, taxes. This is what we use. I mean, no country fully depends on their so-called natural resources. No. And I say even human resources. No. Actually, out of some human resources, no, and out to me tax your more. So whatever you look at it, no, taxes, no, Macron if you so pay, say sisi Ghana omutua direct taxes you can't direct taxes as say origina ketua no na ya TBA film 2.36 million people 2.36 million people
Ghana akaka nyina
medase Ghana ye last census you say over 30 million 31 million over 30 million people no emu 2.36 million and then etua direct taxes then they just said they are coming there share
no need juma so obi need maybe ya
over 27 million people in Juma Ghana over 27 million people what they share yen yusu omo to aba yesi omo di 18 years and above na 17 million. It's 17 million, now 2.36 million, and then NHS 6.64 million. I mean, let's be real here. What you say? Jifa, Amanoni, Obete, you see footballer be, you tuaneka £300,000 a week. Sure, £300,000, you would tax your half your taxes. Half. 50% your taxes. Obi ye juma si ojisika we ni na ye timo tax. The true mine, the bow mine no. We na Ghana no businesses, ebimwe BB businesses. Omuntua direct taxes for their employees. Ebimo so-called self-employed. Omo juma si Ghana. Ghana, your population by 30 million. I dare say over 15 million CEOs. Over 15 million CEOs. What's that?
We are shopper.
Now, if I want to businesses APP, where you CEO of this, where you CEO of this. I mean, you hear them all the time.
No, they are turning business the pounds.
Exactly. Anything American said then individual businesses need dorsum. Omo mu make sika so dorsum. Now so mun your taxes no. So what we need to do is to do what? To widen the tax net. Yen per se de bia obentin bia oye adwuma wo oye aban adwuma de bia otuatua taxes. There's so much pressure go ni so. No ni sika na ye de cheche man no. Ye de tua workers ka na ye de tua ye loans service ye debt na de nia so. Then they will say de ye tinemu na amafo bebre so tumi ye de etumi tua sa eto di. Now enunti and your shall say you did 10 tax identification number. Obama no near obia number, some number obia obi. Maybe a tax number, now tax ID number. Now some number be a very peculiar and specific to you. It may be a jifa or number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or the whole or minimum near 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 a jifa. Then it mean your track or progress. A juma way taxes bibia ewo ho nti uji number na obi bia details bibia wo ho eti a 90 for almost stress monte alaji digital ba omia sisiaro or your digital vice president I laugh at them. They can't digitalization now. This is where you use digital tools computer nya be for nyoma e de ma businesses etumpon
na taxi onye sure say taxi ebekun etia digitalization because some time ago vice president say taxi move they say taxi move onye sure say taxi da move etia na ebegu move
jifa medase meba na Mr. Aya say menu ya ready na wa hint me because nsem ne dey doors. Now tax identification number ni ese also be etumi nya bi na wonya why den wotumi tweet your taxes na dey afi a whole MP alasan suini
ana beyin pasha me bo mi kanu yen sentiment nka ya o menu die na Bennett Kunedu Yadom communication member was South Africa joining our discussion in the next 2 minutes there are be up na me panel
2 minutes mate a whole MP sitting MP alasan suini etumi catch in the constituency momo register for 10 no na omo register on bet your tax. I mean, how can a whole MP be this callous? How can a whole MP hate the country this much? It me catch the members of Momuntia at war. Now then you debate your neka, ye misa. It's not saying NDC Netisuntino, Momuntia tax. Now, e-levy, back to this e-levy. E-levy as a no. Na meka no ayana yentumi nhede nya sika bebre through your direct taxes. It's indirect taxes. Indirect tax ebi ne saying ye hwe ba bi amanfo bebre nyoma amanfo bebre ye. Ebi ne say oti car mu car de either so wa car ana betena car mu na no ma hwe e de ye den tax ato ho na mutumi nyi sika dodo na ye den efi mu. Ebi so ne talk tax ana say bi a telephone ana internet. It be a amanfo bebre use do na omo the tax I mean these are government policies. NDC nkwan etumi de taxes eto condom so. Etumi ma HIV cost ro. NDC
Ubejina indirect tax no ama yafa Bennett Kunedu Yadom
but let me share. Then how can I jifa?
message na indirect tax le so ma yen na yen fa Bennett
Patro yo
hello Bennett.
Hello Miniaba.
Akwaba.
Ya na Miniaba na apom.
Na me adom patron so e.
Na me adom. Eja. Nyankopon da so tiase de na yeso tiase ye ho den. Na sanity. Na me fa kwanya so achia ye viewers and your listeners mo hwe free Europe, America, Ghana, South Africa, obi a hwe bia no. Me chiao enanyumre.
Yes, say that say waje penny say oni yen eba be di jimi. Yeah, discuss yeah budget. The state of the budget say approved, say any approved. Nana benye say budget emu ham very aromatic and so NDC for mo na mo mpa de pentino. Mo bo budget negu. Asembe na o ekafa we ho.
Many budget fa asem no ne kan den because ye nyina na Ghana ye die mu ntina ye nyina ekusu a ye kasa kasa ye dia bobo sere be ya oman no be fa ntima pade afra enye NDC nye epe ne senka ade e beboa ma oman akoso no ye beka se ye mpene mani nyina na emom wona woto abade ma ye se yenko parliament ne yenko representative o yenko gina oman nam ne take decisions ma omo no omo na anytime bia wo se ye take decision no ye making sure the decision na ye take no e reflect omo interest mu ana enti ye the omo budget statement ne bae no the opposition here and say you make sure they go through all the elements now our budget in man. You say key components be omo say ya nhwe ne ya ba be ye eminitwakon e de ama Ghana for omo o man no work on through. Enti you make concessions say some compositions be e wo budget in no anka ban ne nhwe nanka ontete so kakra man say be ya yes so omo a omo wo your constituencies no oboso kombadu omo kakra ye de anka be MPs ne party leadership no ebia omo ka so omo de nka omo ho nkyere omo bia sa but ye dwene timamufo no eho ono oto abade ma ye say ye nko ne nko represent omo interest of parliament no omo ntina ye wo ho no mo into decision bia wo say ye take bia no I was say it should be in their interest na ye hu say sa e-levy no teacheru ayade emwaye na assemble ko a meka no ba bia no program for so no say senkai yen NPP MPs no before so umba parliament aba be shia so mo approve budget no nka omo constituencies na omo ne omo constituency ne nkodi abobo ese ade bi se na ya ba na propose so de ba mo dwene ho sen omo yes had no kombon so omo constituency no about 90% eba ka kire omo say sa taxes na omo de ba na de edutwam ana say emwo oman no and so omo ni sa atima de Ghana fo omo ni sa atima de ma ona woto abade ma omo nkura se sebe like mpo ni bi dem no omo nyune omo ho a NDC de ye dwene timamufo no ho and ntina ye say budget ni enye budget in its entirety and yetia de yetia ye some components our budget ni mo key amongst them e11 no because of e11 na one e be affecting on more yen day to day ordinary Ghanaians no yen na be affecting them more nti na what you making sure say budget na eba no and reflect the interest of the common Ghanaian nti you say mo meet you halfway mo dey yen ka say mo scrapping off mo making sure say mo reduce no from 1.75% to at least 1%, another 0.5%, another 0.8%. So the bear is a bit more accommodating.
So say almost somebody call 1.5.
1.5
reduction.
Still now, I'm not doing 1.5 still now, not doing because all share on mine. No, they said the do not. I want you to mine more. I want you to mine more. And net Ghana full soon. Mean NPP before me about social media. I be the day. I won't be about inbox on the chairman and no one more doing. But and now say omo tom political conscience dem omo political party nti no omo dwen omo say omo kasa omo kan odom say ye koso no nya e bia na adeboni bi asi but ye nyina nim say taxes ye omo dey bay enye ye NDC fo nkwa na betua Ghana fo nyina na etua NPP fo ebetua bi en say ye say adena e was too much monte so man ye say be ya obia betumi afa de ekoso o man no say ahokere no obia betimi at least asho da na kakra na some dem say some nti ase a na say so you make sure say the omoye no yan support mu na me hwe de ekoso parliament and then na ansane and then na ene ndra na ahomete menuaba because on my team na ye say constitutional democracy kamami cabinet bu o man no na edru ba bi constitution kire say one na based on babia wujina no obetime interpret the constitution say the constitution can say a one or say no a two and based on babia wujina no who say a right the constitution actually say speaker of parliament ni no no a nipa obejina na nan mu no Say any panel. So elusive vote because Speaker of Parliament ordinarily any vote. And this or say chairman Samonsu. Ever froze up in your Cassiano. No, obedient making decisions. We no catch say. Ono ko oni tumi se or pass akunya no tena so a na sebe enya de a etwaso mu there are so many democracies we are say South Africa have me way omo democracy no ye speaker of parliament you know from within the members of parliament and so members of parliament you know per the constitution you know so who assume sa role no as speaker who tumi se otoaba but your constitution is very different and so who occupies that position na uni tumi se otoaba. And to say, or say chairman, no need to me say, I mean, Joe Wise, any to me say, or twaba. And they say, or no vote in Kanwan. They no money to me say, or Mutimuka rescind that decision, opposition to take here. Because almost say opposition engaging in illegality by rejecting the budget, you know, because don't the constitutional threshold now, also make decisions, no. And there's no money constitutional threshold now. Most of the 137 members of parliament, and everything is that decision, as I pass it, budget now, opposition is money into mono. And the most opposition I engage in illegality, most more engaging in same. And this obedience never be now defended their course now. Many about now very disappointing. Very, very disappointing. And me didn't say your Ghana phobia bad, the air cost on me bomb domini. Now me them I say 2024 say NDC anya campaign bokrana the NPP 4 year or bamuno a campaign de man e hu hia say o say kokokoto aba e create campaign because omo no be omo dey mini aba
MPC boycott no mo boycott say parliament Tuesday no NDC for akache wutie ho omo say e papa say omo boycott say na omo reason in some dey yes ano Jina so mujina so ka say and then yanko parliament no and then ne ewa
omunyina so a omo fanko parliament no is simple and say speaker Baben etna adwam mo na mo budget e ba ye say yenhwem ni approve or otherwise mo de ba ye na yehwem no ana yes say medical can say concessions bi o mu a enye ana components bi o mu a emmo yen ndika mo hwe na Mosesem and as a monte to Sukakraman, and I must there be. Now, meanwhile, no, now almost 42 members of parliament. And to no money says that very day, no, say Basi a 2 about budget and so on Belusu. Ain't in their own wisdom, no?
Two members near one.
A year honorable so any the honorable member of parliament for Dominic Adwasafo. Now omuni ho. So what I say, ain't no omu say a bedding. Sebasi ye to abana our budget no so a it's not in their own wisdom no the best way our may defend on budget in this on stage work out but the omo ye no omo de kire Ghanaians say yeah na dey budget buy but how budget na dey buy na kompo ye nintum enye papa because omo they have a responsibility say on budget no dey abano and come be defend the budget no but omo ntumi enti someone to me na ye opposition no constitution so my ho kwan say etimi to aba because na ehunu say was a threshold na or say to aba na so to aba na reject budget no and ye dey say na ye wi dey betima ye and say dey nti enro anko parliament ni say ya inen mi say dey budget no ya pass ye budget also we say reject it dey na was say ye also and say be debate and enro ye kokoye parliament no enti dey nti anko parliament and nansa Uncle join majority in say near the can make a decision away, and there was no need say you ever join or more na yes to about to be and into the uncle.
Okay. Oh yeah, was submission or say MP for Dom Kwabena, Honorable Adjasafo, not only parliament, and na controversies around pass it, a business or a business and only. A day important na NDC for who enti omo say na honorable member Adwasafo no only parliament.
Mini aba honorable Adwasafo a onye hidden figure. Onye obi a oye kokom nipa. Oye political figure, oye public figure. Ghana fo nyina anim no. Metu se madam po na onyane me. Na the picture kire me say we hwan a even so akata na no ma na kare anim no ko me say Adwasafo a me ho no. Na ye nyina ye hu pictures a circulate on social media say honorable Adwasafo a say na all parliament a ɛne na saa day no sɛ ne makeups na aboro so sɛ na ne makeups na aboro so yɛn nyinaa yɛn to sɛ mfoni enam social media no if that is indeed what happened in parliament and not to say there was a serious constitutional breach I say parliament etima atena ma obi a wɔyɛ non-member of parliament etima impose obi na ɔabɛtena konwom ato aba and I'm hoping say speaker no ebe take this issue up because you taking it up na nhwɛ na ya make sure say the nipa na ɔabɛto aba no say na yɛ maame na sɛ maame na ya set a very wrong precedent ebedu abi na for be mask na ɔabɛdi no mato aba ade a ahomete yenye nim say onombo adwasafo saa very day na yeto NPP for to about parliament ato about budget no so no any parliament check say opposition
parliament na information amugada no
na maame no Germany na maame adwasafo Germany ya airline na almost what they buy no ya check say ya kire say ne din eni omo list me kire say obodo sa airline no on that particular day na almost say o abedu Ghana no so what I say enti omo twantro e da kire Ghana for enye ntro e kana omo atwa e serious constitutional illegality ana omo aye no so the mekan na no I was say the police any the leadership of parliament on number back ben any impanum for making sure say enye no krempo kra na omo nye hwehwemu na ehu say ade na enye no kre anase no kre say the be ya e sanity eba parliament because the AC and said the ehu social media no say sanity there menu aba and na ye parliamentary democracy no ehu atichima
and they say oko Germany the end ye ne nana benyi embon komo hese say oni ni hia wo Germany ho a na ehu sampa nana benyi wo ho
Jifa mo hapa na Minia Bennett kunyedu michiao beji se South Africa so bibia boko na mesre se eja sisi ada yi Omicron variant ni edu bebia nya South Africa point o se yetumi boy ho ban covid enya sempa tino otwedi ampo na oda so hweye Jifa Minia Bennett
yes adwasafo ba Germany
medase na Minia kasa no say maame na oba parliament no na enya adwasafo na say yakata adwasafo no nim kwa na aka na nim kosu akra na obetumi identify no okay osansusu kan bibi say date day na yesi adwasafo beba no omo aye cross check na one fact sa flight no na adwasafo anya de oni Ghana enye no mesre ebise menua ne say on finish here on my details of da adwasafo ebaye on ka details of da adwasafo etu ne 9 edibedu Ghana o pa che say enye adwasafo no I mean yentumi mbambet na fidie so enkeka bibi ade aye dwen ena me kan se ye the feeling na ye dwuma nka na ka Mahama we wie ne second term what I say any feeling in here because governance is a serious business and politics as such is a serious business say yetu mre a yentresie yesi say yemfa yesi enya adwasafo okay mean bisa say enya adwasafo e hwan e bia wontumi nche but fine give us details of the entire okasa enya adwasafo o say it's a flight my cross check na sa flight no ni it's flight be na no wom say one kasa or Germany no Germany then you should be able to tell us which flight he came with. You should be able to tell us also to me ebe catcher say oh sa flight no nim na oba sa eda we mom with flight say airline way flight way say crowd to me the seat number kan kra ye ni beje we hu enti Jifa mayem betina ha embe make all these allusions and sorry and call free also can be say ye mra no say if 137 NDC for 137 no na ye unconstitutional and I say in favor more than NPP I mean the same thing ebia mehya no menua Bennett na on maso nti no wante na ebia onya sancheche mo because e kwa akoye say NDC for no to futuo egu omo supporters ne omo communicators ne bebre ni nti mesan so akire mu bio sa half no mesre say menua Bennett ba on sambe question no how many parliamentarians na e work parliament sa dano. This is the question. How many parliamentarians and our parliament sa dano? So to me, here no on one kasabe who say na 137 and 138. Or can be say the deputy no or betna as speaker or the or losing the right to vote. Of course, or losing the right to vote, but he doesn't lose his right to be a member of parliament. I think Bennett needs to understand this. He doesn't lose his right to be a member of parliament. So as at that time, MPs share decision as an decision. Now members of parliament, parliamentarians 138 and 137. Minia Bennett, Michelle Shenison. No. So 138 no. Or no as acting speaker or na only voting right. Into one twaba. Obisa question no. Nko 137 and a twaba. I think we need to understand this. And I make us say nanka NDC for enye boapayo pa omodo Ghana maya nanka ose na komo tena ho. So mo tena ho anka be 137. No na eden abo bracket then the budget no ye twem. It wouldn't be passed. But NDC for sorry koye. So I want my brother to get this and then understand this very clearly. One, so I'll say nya addressafwa all my further and better particulars. I mean, there have been a lot of people confirming say Adwa came Friday night. Ebikra say Saturday morning. No, but do Friday and Saturday morning. I don't know to remember meeting Tuesday. I mean, this is very easy to answer. Well, secondly, say 137. I think say I've been able to educate him well into moving on. I don't believe that. I mean, Obemeki sa error. Now, back to the budget. I'll say say ebia young call for no or ninja budget no the people we represent. I think he was making some some populist talks. Say for no ninja budget no na de na kameshe bisa said that by MP bay in a call the chrome the constituency could be say ninja budget no one answer ninja. Oh, no one did that. None of the NDC MPs did that. It is Obeka say MP budgets doesn't favor the people. Budgets it doesn't favor the people. I mean, it's really not representative of what is really happening on ground. How sure are you? Do you have the figures? Do you have the numbers? We want to deal with what is going on, the facts. What you are saying. We shouldn't just say that. E-levy, Ubisai, I be my friend or tax, Momo tax or whatever. Oh, we are in very, very deep crisis. What is the crisis? The pandemic. I mean, pandemic need to make oil prices a cost. Pandemic need to make nyoma wakra. If China and other countries are no. Say in 2 weeks, it may be 2 months. Pandemic no. So why would you underrate and underestimate the pandemic? Why would you underestimate the pandemic? When we differ. So this is a very serious issue where we need to understand. Say this pandemic has caused a lot of harm to our economy. Economy before corona. Naka yira Mahama Breso otumi re nam ne man kan dompe otumi twa teacher and nursing training allowances mu ono ankasa ede ye esan call nkwaso mu IMF no on etuso ankanaka by this time Ghana you collapse because pandemic Ukraine ho corona ni ho kra no na ohu ano okosinchi ko year conferences be de wo ho ni nia de omo kae omo invite experts economists ni nia hwe Ghana yenhwe baby Ghana koduye. So we need to understand say pandemic na cause ama yeden your revenues eso ayeden eso ate but yes ye nyesika bebre. Then what do? Ghana for yesi ye hia nyoma. We want to develop, we want to move on by your perceiving tax. This is exactly what we are trying to say. Say ye perceive ye tumpon. We want to move on. We want to develop by empese a bed.
Nana being taxi. Don't you think saying a salary air cost and I say there nyama prices air cost no ka aketi also match up tax paying and shadanya problems sir.
Different we be sasem aketua kosoro a na nka taxes nye so we fa na ebenye sika no e dia support etua more
Say aketi kosoro nyama boss so kwa na kosoro salary no baby I ti man dey ti am say tax for
salary ne kosoro no salary ne kosoro na dey was etumi nye sika sorry cost and as nyoma ne boy kosoro no salary ni gina baby won say person salary ni so ko ni men dey was etumi ye den two things either say be kwa kobobosia NDC for the BDD and as yankasa ye be den ye be tua your taxes e dey support it. I mean you can't run away from it. What you say? See a cordial loan NDC 40 Moshe, ye kase UK, US, Canada, if developed countries no do na debt to GDP ratio over 100%. Ye can see come to me no or minimum 1 year no. Omo de sa sika the entire money edit to kana still amo bedeka. Still on bedeka. Ye debt to GDP ratio be 81%. Yes, NDC the propaganda, no problem. No problem. Yankasa Yutumi who say or debt to GDP ratio was so right. It doesn't mean it doesn't any scary, sir. Because UK 104%, America 100 and here they are still moving on. What you say? Yeko Bobo Sia ombe complaining. Yang Bobo Sia yes, Yankasa Yan Gigi Sikenfi Yaho. And yet the infant and share your one. And also we have a problem. Then what do we do? This is where we need to come to the table and understand. Say then you can't eat your cake and have it. Yeah, per se, we want to have good roads. How do we go about it? We want to have good drinking water. How do we go about it? What you say? And now, I mean, so I was saying NDC for Nankasa ETS said then if they are not ready to offer alternative policies, and also alternative policies, and also policy positions on the ABA, then they should keep quiet and watch us. Oh, so Momo taxi, na me chebi bi say a form of indirect tax. Indirect tax in the sense it is fuel. Obia den etumi tina car mu. Either say wa car, obeto fuel egum, and na say obetina trotro mu. Inti tax na wo so no, ye den ye tuetua ye chetua. Telephone and na say WhatsApp and na bibia so no obi use bi. Inti the tax to so a ye chema esun obia so. Momo ye sha ase no. Nyame ncha de na ekonim but nyame ncha de Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Baumia eba otumi abehye mu kena then the interoperability ya dey so ano na dey otumi eyi sike fi wo bank account e dey come momo into bank account from one bank to another. I mean ya no very easy seamlessly ama transactions ni aye den akosoro good ubi sa asem say na aden say ye taxi say ye ma 11 we ya and the chess digitalization agenda no ye gu no. I think say menu yara koku extra comments bisa. No, we need to understand say a balance. You need to balance. Governance the obey bia no ebe war repercussions e will be so. Otu bibi mu a e won a problem. Ote so a e won a problem. The obey bia on a problem. It's also to nya den balance. NDC4 can be when I enter sombra 0.5%. ISSER think tank this so 0.75%. The point is that then they can figures a year through about now. Why 0.5%? Why 0.75%? This is why we need to understand the senior or minor then economy no. Then you to me or say a calculations near to me then a percentage or say yeah. But you say your boy is 0.5%, 0.75%. One reason now, 1.75% you buy and say your toll booth you say you closing in here. Why? You are about 16 toll booths to Ghana. You know, at times to me building even 1 kilometer of road. And I say even 2 kilometers. Yes. Exactly the point. And I'm making So it is Thank you very much. No, the omwa fake tickets, they are tonton, so where does the money go to? What you say? So say idea able to media swado ye then ye be electronic system. Now the all drive you do what now you be a card B and now do sika the shemwa na ama woko utua car ne wetwem ko then the way you say a horse so ye the yendu ho e sika sem answer this sika be ba to toss electronic system see a fix it in all the 16 toll stations see no e sika sem the implementation and another issue. Iti abandre ho ne cars aban cars aden ena jinji toll booth no tolling system infi ho na no ye be tax ye be tua through sa e-levy na etumi anya sika e sisi akwan aye roads na ade better and we even get more money out of it. Jifa, I mean, this is a laudable idea. Tell me if it's bad. Sikani, we are not getting much from the
bad
table.
Mumba, we are robbing Peter to pay Paul.
No, it is not robbing Peter to pay Paul. This is governance. What you say? When him say anything I'm a kind, amount for be bring into your direct taxes. No, say then we need to find elsewhere where we can get the money. And that's how can governance go on? So it is not robbing Peter to pay Paul. It is governance. It is balancing. It is making sure that the systems run. It is making sure that the wheels of governance continue moving. It who say it will take us long. Now Emma, say about 17 million people will pay direct taxes. So in the meanwhile, why don't you resort to indirect taxes?
Pacho, my young TA Kunedu so we taxes. Hello, Kunedu.
Hello, Beniaba. Yeah. Na Minia Benin medawase wakasa rebe na asamba akwa meka say Beniaba yen nyina ye ho yen say taxes and ye de chire oman. Yen nyina say taxes and ye de chire oman. Na whereby o taxes na ye de free ho no enya adwuma ma no so utua tax na e ya pa. But in spite of that, no, Ghanaians over the years, they are continually to taxes. Yam put it to a Honda. And he said, "Yen enemy says a tax in one man, a mamoon bedding, or money to train bedding. A idea in no be enemy. Now, Okasa say your debt to GDP ratio, no, and idea a was rupee. Now, they compare countries the UK, Germany, money, the now the Americans say your country say Japan. That to GDP ratio, it's about 700%. When borrowing and you're wrong, and our taxes now and you're wrong. You're wrong when what the taxes now on panya juma about bore mine. So what I say, and today you can't they are change people and say taxes now must more by the any problem. Yeah, taxes that was here DJ. Name 1.75% now more than a day. I'm more than into Montesumai. Montesumai, the ordinary Ghanaian, no common kakra. Na yema amena was soda homachi 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, efa kako ketia. Eko ton no makudu fia na 9 no. Also no common kakra. So what I say, and to obi no obeka say taxes na ye jeje no. Anase almost more than ye ni njo ho, anase na ni njo ho. Taxes na dey chire o man. Eye bosia na dey chire o man. Se o je bosia no ana wo je taxes no na so ampa ni dwuma pa e de ho chire mo e ba o man ni. So what I say, enti okasa no so osan kan say Omokodru Parliament, no 138. Into they had the constitutional threshold. So on pass it a budget, you know. Now they make a chance on one kasa no. Or can say no 138, and on Parliament. But if you say the moment I obey assuming sa office no, I say we speaker, we not speaker no. Only the right to vote. The constitution is very clear on that. Into Omoko Parliament, no 138. But the moment Joe Wise a fro, Akunyakasiano, so or act as speaker of Parliament, you know, all losing the vote. And so clearly, no only 138 BM, there were 137. That is very clear. It's very clear. And so, ma on medina, no on can on Tumputun Ghana for any say, and no, 138. Of course, no, 138. But say your constitution, it say, so unya frusa kunyano, esa o act as Speaker of Parliament, you lose your right to vote. And that particular moment, Honorable Joe Wise, frusa kunyano, or losing the right to vote. And so, if you almost say the NDC engaged in illegality by rejecting the budget, almost they engage in same by using the same number of members of parliament at the pass at every single that decision opposition it's a key no they pass on budget they shouldn't try to be smart on Ghanaians. We know say this is it's as simple as ABC. It's as simple as ABC. So most say NDC in 537 and pass the budget and reject the budget now. Most of them for same and pass it the same budget. And you're very clear. And you're very clear. Now, remember your toll gates now or can't want some. Many about NPP for no or so money at pa. But my make us a mention. Yen say a dear bakwa a kumai a petrol prices and a fuel prices. And near dear a kum yaman pa. Now your taxes will be a good, and I say levies will be a good your petrol prices and so on. MY fuel prices and MY minor. And proud to budget the reading of the budget, you will set my phone be to drive as a casa as a abandon making sure or better a petrol bosso. Now, NPP for in trying to be smart, and on my end, it's okay. You need to toll gate in free hormone. So that by at least drivers no come a bedroom. Near keep taxes are on a fuels and also fuel prices and so. And by doing so, my juniors say, yes, drivers are very quiet, and the drivers are very smart. The drivers are very smart. And they say, a drivers are more stronghold of Ashanti region. The very day on pass budget, on minister very budget, and also share almost a month to fully because then they call for some year through or 1 year through. Toll gates, there are some of us they go the whole month company and cross toll gates the other. And some person where they drivers in your combat now your passengers for Kumbadria and your toll gates in the SMU floor and your fuel prices now so much so. There are some taxes that win here. At the time, countries be any relief packages ever. So there almost citizens come back to now almost taxes be there through. Yeah, but they also what the COVID-19 relief COVID-19 tax they are. Abra among countries be SC, then you taxes be through. Never relief packages be running support individuals, any companies. So they buy come back to yeah, but it's on the one TV. COVID in quite be a Ghana. You take advantage of that. Now you pay taxes in your citizens so. No, I'm one chiro more. Many are what Germany. COVID is shas no. Germany abano. I don't know if Google come say they be at me for no come back to because I said debe na wa ban dey to kwan mu a e dey go kwan mu a e bo ma citizens na e come ado apart from so okay say light bill as say water bill no twem for 3 months na eno boku a chiro sade by sade by say yen sentua South Africa had the way many about since March 2020 citizens are lose omo adwuma and one mpa na omu ni adwuma proud to COVID no abandon the matter relief package so a we soon be etu omo ka be pin sabre. What I say, and so why never be a moasia in a monocrono. Yeah, you walk on to me, you book one and watch it more because Yamamo, 7 buttons, 1 mumpai, and say this command home, Yamu de mom. And see, why never be on farm, my mamma, Sabi, when you're 65 years or take Cranasino. Why never be on farmer say, Neba, Biako Brenners or the Cayman now. That's also a side 1.75%. When you're bad. Now, we are very insensitive. Very insensitive. And they say, yeah, cut taxes now. What do you go minus on now? Opian one more, what you say, or mine because you get taxes near the boor mine. Opian the taxes near the boor man. I had the way taxes near the boor mine. Me a Ghanaian, and I'm more South Africa, I see. And next time home for me, let me go to hospitals and see, yeah. Let's say, me arena me are never costing $1 million in Pukana, means you are 10 po. Means you even 10 cents in po. Abano, ever found hookah. And the Moha, let me tell taxa. Minimum tax na militiano and home for so their mammy. So what I say, me eating him ya hospital from day one. I testing as when kopim dia owo ye pim sabre dem call hospital ntua one rand and I say 1 cent empoda and say mo hana me tua taxa me tua bata me nsu because me say me tax na ye adwuma de mame but whereby ya o je taxes akese na wo main excuse ni say wo the free SHS aba free SHS now dey aba ntino taxes bi ado be ye ma akwan na fa because wo dey bo sa policy no ho ban me no me no nya nsu nim say ko e free SHS na ka ban ne bo ho no e just over 5% of abane budget or the better just since 2017 or the policy nation ase no me nua ba ewie SHS this year e ka me born ho no e chense mpo no okọ school na ka etwa school fees so what you say enti no say aban no eno ma ode ba no say eno ma enkoyie na say citizens complaining a wo say aban no wo dadwe no hu se no timamufo na omo na yedi omo so no omo na yam omo ma yetumi se yemfa mu oman no so omo se omo kire omo na se no because no mani nje ho a o se etie omo taxes no obi antia taxes any borrowing any yedi bu oman
better better pay up mine
me never me that say nti de make can say de make twat for say NPP for no omo kan hu se de ekoso no de omo ye no Ghana for ehwe wo mo na ma omo mpa ne se Ghana for sebe omo nim de ekoso se akufo ado eba fra konwa no wo se taxes any bosia bo na di bu oman a baumia o senka ne baketo mpo betuma abu Ghana oman no enti afa de ba ne sen na wo de taxes ko de ewu abegu yeso wo de taxes a any purpose eba begu Ghana for so enti NPP for se mo so mo open year mo budget mo tenase honorable minister Ken Oporiata onko be ntina na on share budget ni mu na concessions na opposition no ye dia ma omo so omo hwe na omo ni ho dwuma ansa na budget na ebeja tuma ye atum no omo ko hwe na omo ni ho dwuma anye sa na so omo say the omo decision omo ko take parliament 3 days ago na omo dia be dwuma wa pass budget na me ka che omo so omo ebe engage in constitutional legality and omo yesa me nim say don be ka say en court say de menua beni kan na say en court no ye nim say court no ye kwa chief justice any the justices of the Supreme Court no ye nim be omo gina so they are some court to see already before so be kwa na ye nim say the case is already predetermined and here the empan court but so the omo ye no omo kan hu say omo set a very wrong precedent e dey ama ye man no omo set a very wrong precedent e dey ama your constitutional democracy no na yem emabru na edi akire no enu kwa say so nsem bi say so and me dey say Richard Sky say ode wa order ne lawyer say omo pa case no enko Supreme Court na Supreme Court make a determination also NDC mpoya ehun nya say NDC for say the assembly court yema individual citizens emfa assembly court because say the court a enim de be badada na de ekoso no say dem diga kan na omo kan hu say emwa oman no
osini ekono emmo mine ibegina ho na yakwa akokenkan comments ne suggestions a ahwefo e de abrayin Bennett say you should call Muntaka we dey connect we come out also submissions are oye no and said anya claim no e no afre Muntaka no di no mosquito no mama backup patients are also say panelists mienu nyina chete mo wo nimdie o subject are more discussing ho na more discusses so a obi endide ne yonko atem amanyesem ne de sa na wo se ye no oye no obi endide ne yonko atem na bibia ekoso kama sa pepepe ne wo se ye no ko dem say na benyi ko me say your best friend pa o say Nana Benny needs more people from his party. I just say training or say Chama who's me would ever say training and shut down for call who you I was so na yes, some more training, more information about 11. we need na sabe or submission of Nana Boateng or say I'm watching live Nana being great show. This was a loving and any pay. May I sure say you move a part of one. Okay. Na tobuti jina. Ana say omu titi. Me beson on benyo maketia ana say yebeka sa omanko edwuma ntinu. Sike be ni hwe wose ebiti omuka. Nana be ni pacho oha so asem yi mu mami. O mic no so na mute.
Yo medase jifa. Medase. Ja, Minia Bennett making the submissions. Nah, I think still Minia Bennett on tape as Adiana say, and as a one tema see. Na Meridi constitutional provision no. Maybe I na macheche mama nati ase. Maybe I'll go to a question I'll raise here now. Now this is it. Article 104, clause 1. I say, except as otherwise provided in this constitution, matters in parliament shall be determined by the votes of the majority of members present and voting. Let's understand. Except as otherwise provided in this constitution, matters in parliament shall be determined by the votes of the majority of members present and voting, with at least half of all the members of parliament present. Good. Half of all the members of parliament present now, at least 138. Edusa number no. Now, I think say a honor Beniminia Bennett Otiasia. 2. Or say matters in parliament shall be determined by the vote of majority of members present and voting. Now, even though the number of members of parliament present near 138, those present and voting were 137. I think say Bennett on TRC, because the acting speaker and also the first deputy speaker or a member of parliament, all right. Emmanuel do 138, but he didn't have a voting right. Bennett Mr. I see you. Or no speaker one twaba, and he doesn't have a voting right. Make a first deputy speaker. He doesn't have a voting right. So he only counted as a member in parliament because the constitution says that of half of all members in parliament. He counts as a member in parliament, but he doesn't count, or he didn't count as what? The members voting. So he didn't have a voting right. Then what does the constitution say? The constitution says that a majority of it just decides. So when they voted, it was 137 against 0. 137. So 138 minus Joe Wise, our first deputy speaker, now or presiding on. It's about 137 members of parliament are almost twaba. They voted for, and then 0 voted against. It, I believe that this is clearer. And which I make catch Bennett say, Naka NDC for net na say, then etu abananka be 137. Now then a board draw, then the budget would have been what? Annulled. So NDC for NAD almost supporters abroad. It is almost can't say me egu communicators now some can't say no almost who almost MPs no I then AD almost constituents now bro. So when we are talking about almost confer with almost constituents now a NDC for Jifa Mediano EBC. Then I'll move to taxes no. I mean okay can't
Don't you think say time yet the budgets ebe to parliament yet me ma time say omo be back any of constituents akwa discuss ama o mate nsem ye sense free constituents or and some waiting aba beka say omo approve and omo disapprove budget.
Jifa, a quine yen see obia quine set on your side. I mean, if you're a member of parliament, you are the representative of the people. It's idea was oh yen say utumie the call at the comma constituency no say modern say yen see obia quine, you can't do it. Okay, but the point is that the business of the house still continues. The business of the house still continues. And we are representative in some vein, okay? In some vein, obi to me argue say, who are we representative no? You've been voted for because Omoji Woody, they trust you. Say Utumi taking decisions on their behalf. That is one argument. But on the other hand, no, OBNC will quite say men yes no. It is NDC 437 no one koya by fault and by a problem. It is also motias yes Jifa or can be say the case no Richard the last guy at the court the last guy brava when this phone no yes your NPP ni ena your friend is saying Gabi Ochedakun ena edino ko school ena Gabi or your Gabi nipa or money sika. I mean Richard the last guy wa bre when this phone no papa Mimia Bennett, Eba be using as an example. So it's me a court or Kwakosiki justice. Of course, for us as a democratic party, that we welcome all these things. But NDC for more hypocrisy, no, I am no susu. Or say court, no, are already prejudiced. I mean, this is quite unfortunate comment because so like I said, the Supreme Court is already prejudiced. It's as I said, it's very very unfortunate because there have been instances. I mean, NDC Abreso. NDC took lots of cases, close to about 40 cases of corruption against Kufuor ministers. They lost all of them. And the NDCU. It is a more lawyer saying, yeah, you don't say the court is prejudiced, na court no maybe that. And I make an very unfortunate. I didn't want to give more fuel to that. Now, or can be says see our money more than Nanado then are buying doing COVID. And then me and I can you on one cast and a say and now say ensure free ni your friends electricity free ni na ye babe cancel. We don't know can you and yemia. Now so no, but Jifa na make no governance no sika no or my penny use the personal money for everything is from us. Everything is from us. It is okay say or no sambeji it's I mean I don't understand. Because everything, the salary, obi oye abaye juma, the salary it's from us. What you say? So this argument is neither here nor there. Now, the new fear on kai say NBSSI, National Board for Small Scale Industry Society. The businesses sika some find and support you during this COVID period. Ebia minua refi. Ebia all South Africa no one to asem no. See it to me more musika de they support your businesses. He might have forgotten. Time a lockdown by I mean the interventions of government any two he might have forgotten. These are normal why the AB and the refi. But then again, also can say South Africa relief packages, again, you don't also compare Ghana to South Africa. Two different economies. Yesika yenya different. South Africa, I mean, is one of the number two. Ewo sika omonye sika pa in terms of GDP. Ewo the whole Africa. Right behind right behind Nigeria, even if they are not number one, and they'll be number two. So you can't compare Ghana, Yesika, your entire GDP about $74 billion. Don't you mean compare South Africa? What you say? So we shouldn't be we need to compare Sika Yewo to your expenses. Then you fan cancel. But the can na Germany, they also did things, but mean to me, but now make us say, and Germany say, and I say, no, we don't do that. So we need to compare what we have. Na ye fin so so say oh nanka ban betumi ayi den e betumi ayi bibi. Enu ti na me ka say omo ka say 1.75% e-levy no. Yente so no omo tumi ka say yente so 0.5 and 0.75. I'm person e bisa say what informed those figures? Calculation bang and omo dey arrive at it. Oka bibi say na because of e-level you're increasing in ninety na say toll booth no, it's not the other way around. Toll booth yenye scale infinity na ye person yenye sika more if you have. But even if that is the reason, what is wrong with it? It is governance. It is governance. Jifa, governance. You making sure say then baby a hot touchy mano, ye strengthen no, ye shemukina, baby a ho cough from no, na ye increasing on it me sika be brief. NDC for the taxes total condom, so the taxes total matchet, cutlasses so no. How much means can so mujaye? How much na keske ebe fimu and combat twaso. What you say? My HIV a cause so be brave because unya obi ntumi nyi sika nto condom. Jifa, come back to this issue. Yes, say onakasa ekan say eto any edition mine. Now, Obi Beka, you are between a rock and a hard place. What do? Ye nisika. What you say? Ye kobobosia hey. Yankasa ye generate ya internal funds so you say hey. Let's watch this. Okabibi say earlier no Okabibi say the president I think say one no Okabibi say Dr. Mahmoud Baumia Okabibi say you don't tax momo. Yes, but what's your video now, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia can now? Or say majority of the people who use mobile money, they don't have omunisika. They are poor. Until you don't tax, you see a premise, and then I'm using brophobia almost a free complex sentence. Say complex sentence no bako sentence to me jina and so and now bako near dependent. As some kind say yes. As some kind say we no bebre no mu yusu momo no omu nisika inti no mayan taxe momo. Now watch this here. Enye momo sika transactions ni na ye taxe. Or say then a threshold of what 100 Ghana cedis a day. Now 100 Ghana cedis a day. What's 100 Ghana cedis a day for 30 days in a month? That's 3,000 Ghana cedis. They are not going to tax this 1.75. See, Accra no, so about 1.5% because majority, any minority share, agree for 1.5%. It's 1.5 na yeba be use. And this America no. NDC for NPP for Kokukomu no. Then they came out. NDC for say Monsi see defense. You see okay contingency. You see can engineers be shasi akoye njuma Japan mu film. You see okay. Yati ase e-levy. All of a sudden, I'm about parliament. I'm mostly about the tweet budget now. I mean, if not, I don't understand the reason for this. What you say? I don't understand the reason for this. So back to this Momo issue now. We have the Momo, okay, 100%, 100 Ghana cedis threshold. Now, no dear, to me, more than 100 a day, no. Tax nifiso. It doesn't negate as someone Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Baumia ekaye say momo no poor people they use as are then ebia na koshe ebia as are then krano na sika omo sika no the threshold maybe na embro 100 Ghana cedis because amount for G20 Ghana G50 Ghana because momo no was supposed to be for small cash outs. Then they ought to me call obi ojina momo stand be to me ji sika kakra oh no for sending me 20 Ghana.
From what communication minister which means send more than 100 and they are not 400 citizens. I said I just came out.
No, 100 Ghana then shed that SKBia and American, but you need to understand say 100 Ghana cedis per day.
Per day. Yes. In the maybe make me send 150 in a day. Nuska. Maybe here so was some sending. Into here now all the tax to say 150 cedis. Don't you think that Mama married draw? It's he said, and on a son, Michelle meets me sending 100 citizens or Chan my sending 50 citizens. And they will tax office or tax him. So Ube Lucy tax also.
By Senamia Domwana Mepa by middle of next year, and I said by end of next year. I wish Senanka Mewo will feed you so. I'm a washing numbers no. You will see whether the numbers of Momo transactions they be reduced and I said because and then they bet me a judge. You know, any bet me a judge. Out of this Momo tax inquiry, we are getting over 7 billion Ghana cedis. Far more than what a toll booth no Edibemaye. So 7 billion Ghana cedis, you know, Yedibeye you start. Businesses, entrepreneurs, anytime I catch around over 50 million Ghanaians as CEOs. Bebre,
But other countries also try option where Amboa. It's then Ghana government a bit differently to make sure say where on would they be and fail.
Good. Anytime I can say there wasn't that threshold of there wasn't any threshold. Other countries no, and I can say watch it carefully. There wasn't any threshold. They were only taxing Momo transactions. Momo transactions are no more taxing. When there's a threshold, no, the air affecting any BF4 no. Air affecting me mamia or what me crasse. Air affecting me nanebia or what me chrome. What you say? It no baby a no. I mean, and I make a show no. What you say? Na me adomwa by middle of next year. Your reported transactions now. One kasa odi wini ebehu. Say whether say affect transactions and I say affect here, and you will see the amount of money a back system anymore. All these policies are to the amount for making higher more. Na sika de etumi aba system ni mu ya na say Ghana what do we need to do? And this is what NDC for are not telling us. It's your case NDC empty. The alternative is empty and scarier. What would they do differently? They don't know. John Mahama is just going, thank you to wadas yes I tuaba ko 1 year ni or das still our das say ya tuaba iti and 110 president. I mean, NDC should get serious. We need a better opposition. And then I'm sure Ernesto Yeboah, former youth organizer of CPP. Okay, baby. Also, the NDC they are not a serious opposition. We need a better opposition. So opposition where there, I mean, we want an opposition now. They will give us policies. No, 1.5%, and yeah, now Montesomra 1% because 1% the sika say and beba it is a sika say it mean the ABCD e bet me ama Ghana for so say this is what we need na nya so kotina baby abo say mu kan na Monteso munye say Jifa mema kwa ama nua be.
Okay. Bennett, a free home. Benny, we're happy dear. They say Captain Smart say see or this for a catching. But your dinner or kafa asimi hona. Yen near a pair, your page me.
Ayo, Jifa, me sisi asoso na minya nti. I think the answer program never be share no. Ana minya nti say comments be a make here. Subsequently, my Facebook akohu video no. Video na ya allege say enameno so nti na police for ayeden ensa asonimo no. Already police statement na aba no. Once already police statement na aba no almost say he was arrested following some unsavory pronouncements that hinged on peace and security. In same way kan ye endimboa yasumdwi ayewo Ghana ne ye Bible. I'll say he has been cautioned on the offense of offensive conduct conducive to breaches of the peace as provided under Section 207 of the Criminal Act 1960, Act 29. He is presently in police custody assisting the investigations. It's a just said on one casano police for to dada in previous times over similar offense. Yebeka similar offense or kase ena asuda phone sorry ye hear revolution ye hear Omombeje mining fa na de I mean nini amwa what I say so would you say amemoni nko year there are ways legitimate ways out there which me avent or frustration but then say ukojina efidie so a yenkola ahwe nkola etie na ade na utumi make such pronouncements against when one hwe ni ye kan na obi be ka say a treasonable offense because you want to kick against or topple the government in power. What you say? So, and one other thing, I was here when they say, IGP your tisui. See how IGP wajini din pa wajini din. Eja, what treat you are now the police for dinner or so so no. You know, I think this should be a wake up call to everyone. Obia over sa stage, you know. Eddie etu amanfo fo and I say amanfo show amanfo tie wo no. You are not just anyone. You don't just have a microphone or camera in front of you. I mean, you the media and I say medium now will propagate one no ideas no. Very powerful. So see here you share in some and we need to be very very careful. As I said, anything I'm catching me near Bennett me. And you're fine. So, can say in court, the court can assembly, you boy read that. For the court case there, for the police, actually Captain Smart there, Mecca said, Yenjama police for no nutrition. So, no crash, Abia, in Semia Wasan Kay, moi, Yasum Jenny a bimboa. I think, say, baby, I'm running down, normally bedino. I mean, you won't shatawale ne. I mean, other artists who are on my head. And now said this is something say, if you are polo, so crano, will soon court case. You know, we need to be very, very careful. We need to be very mindful. And it needs to be arguing, say, we are political witch hunting and IGP Nankasa issue that competence. Say, or a man of his own. I mean, what he has we show, say, Bibi Pankananka Shatawale or yeah campaign man another and then they will send another to me fried IGP Jai Shatawale. What you say? But exactly. It's you know we need to leave Yenjai police for the normal or Mojuma. Jifa, me that's be brace and the
okay. That's a so by my own final ways yeah found for Sambria. Oh yeah, standing election. Say chairman for Germany chapter.
Oh, Dabi. Organizer. Inti Jifa, senior kind no. Mr. NPP Germany organizer. NPP Germany branch organizer. Na yensem ne de ye obebre nsem a edwuma epese ye ne se epese etumi make sure say you Rajon Mahama obetena opposition afebo sisi ano Dr. Dufo pese ono ne ye den ekopreso omo internal elections ye mfa ye ho na so obi bia obedi nkonim no ono so ba ye so ye de ye flag bearer e de be face so ye de be share ne pa enti edwuma ye di wo Germany ne Ghana ne ewiasa fa na be bia ne so ye den ye make sure say MPP a memo pa no ye betumi ayeden atwa so a memo a esan so de teacher and nursing training allowances by ye atwa so a memo a otumi ma one constituency bia ne one ambulance ye atwa so a memo otumi ma every district bia no $1 million dollars out ebi mo de yom warehouse ebi mo so de yom boreholes ebi mo yom various projects ni nya no ye atwa so a memo asisi ya no ye make sure say all documents ye nkrata ni nya are connected to the Ghana card na Ghana card otumi de ye de open NDC for by 8 years ye hu bibi pa bia omo de be kan Ghana card no aye buy ye tu ne mpon de akonanim no ye de ye to aso enche bia Germany I mean diaspora yasa fane be bia Ghana card registration so so mbe de omo de be ba na Ghana force so ewo amanone no omo so etumi ayede register enti se ndwuma ni ana yede ye pese ye to so pese make sure say wa otumi ukra Ghana card otumi eyeden ekoje bosia say e de rent wo dan I mean we school we mebunu we school woni sika woni edwuma yete na so otumi yeden enye efie edemu na on the da baby basa ye pese create a future for Ghana, for a future for the Ghanaian youth. It, you know, you start no. I mean, omwa sina mekai no CEOs bebre wo Ghana, business owners na their businessmen here and there no. It me here den emo musika, ehye mo J3, it me here den e de share omo businesses na se. Na almost so to me employ more people. MPP the GD said then economy no se beko ne nimu a ejina private sector ne so. Then the private sector and core businesses almost to me here then it to me the businesses the economy. You know, Jifa asema me work on media as organizer
And
and
I've
major
been
man me das.
suffer with me about me. That's the plan. You better see and so in say we will be able to and see Bennett. Kunedu yadom yadasi. What's me a joining even though it's not uni program so but hopefully in a Brian it's me and Kauraya mean yadasi papa say o joining Emma program no a course so pepe. Almost so I say Eddie Jumedi a inner word of God construction company. Almost so I say sponsors. And my timidi Jumedi a bremo, a red almost swasi. Now, Madame producer say, says Adi Medasti, and more the boy Emma Jumedi, the echo so pepe. Either it's here for any ashapunina as both Ghana and abroad. That must the papa contributions and modest day. Any bibia mo amonti mi anhye so betimi a share link na mo amoma ko share e wo ye Facebook page and as a YouTube page da mo ase e be say share da sele amanyo sem no sane ye no say yina ye be kana pepe na bibia endidi ne yonko atem na bibia da mo ase na sele ye be share mi din e de Antonia Chifa Ifa Makram.
Day before this honor, no weapon formed against I shall prosper. The wicked and his work shall go down in disaster. Day before this honor, no weapon formed against I shall prosper. I'm anointed and appointed to walk as a winner. This is your still King Malakia from out of Jamaica, representing for Guyana News TV, the web TV for the best programs. We broadcast via satellite and also on all social media platforms. We do developmental news, social program, employment, entertainment, and educative politics. So day before this honor, a weapon formed against I shall prosper. We are anointed and appointed to walk as a winner. Whoa.